Jonathan, and down the field I tossed my microphone to Ray. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing splendid. If only my shit is working, because I don't know if it is, but I'm gonna assume that it is. I may already be having technical difficulties, but
Don't say
uh,
that.
uh well, why not? I okay. I mean, the game's running, but listen, I'll keep talking. We'll figure it out on my end. I mean,
Audio's
I,
going well, so we're good. We're good on that
yeah.
department.
Oh, I know what the problem is. OBS is fucking retarded and just reset all my settings. All right, this is a cutscene though, right? We got a little bit of a cutscene. Okay. All right. Well, they updated the software. I don't know if it sounds different, but Logitech did a big fucking.
Yeah, fix something because for some reason the game audio isn't getting quieter when you start talking. It's like still super loud. This is like the final.
There's irony for you.
Final chapter, isn't it?
A man who spent his entire
It
life
is.
trying to destroy the world, and now his son is the only one who can save it.
And here I am coming to rescue him.
The man who killed his father. Like I said, irony.
Stop being so cheeky.
I don't know.
Bullshit, dude.
Maybe it's fate.
It's ironic. Are you gonna put a bullet in him too? Here, what the fuck? Are you gonna maybe sodomize his corpse while he's down? Here, what the fuck?
All right. Let's see here.
It's been
I
3
think-
years since I killed Wesker.
Yeah, there we go. It's working. Sorry, folks. I had a little bit of a
Can't let this
technical
war follow me
difficulty on my
forever.
end. I'm a little retarded. Actually, OBS is a little bit
After we
retarded, but
rescued Jake, I turned
we're
to-
live.
What? Wait a minute.
It's about time
Well,
someone
it's that
took my
stupid
place.
Logitech
I
shit.
plan
They had
on
I'd be
something.
honored if it was you.
Not you.
I
Hey,
don't think I'm ready for that.
here's an idea. Here's an idea.
this far, haven't
Let's
you?
let's do the following. Let's take a piece of software that's been around for years
Right.
that works fine, and then somehow update it so it doesn't work fine. Yeah.
So wow. Give me a sec. I gotta figure out what the fuck is going on.
Who the hell has the funding to build something?
All right. Yeah. You take a second.
It's got
So
neon
while
umbrella
you do
written
that,
all over it.
and I knock my shit
Be
over,
careful.
I'll
Knowing
tell
them,
people about
There'll be some surprises.
what's been in the news
Copy
that
that.
I'd like to at least complain about. So Power World, as many of you are probably aware of, was this really big release at the beginning of the year. It still maintains some popularity, but obviously, is a pretty big game early on this year.
Yeah.
And the game, obviously, the name and some of the creature designs and some aspects of the gameplay are definitely inspired by Pokemon, and in some cases, some of the designs are definitely, very heavily inspired. Not a one-to-one ripoff, and not what I'd consider to be actionable. And in the game itself, there's a lot of elements that play much differently than a Pokemon game. I mean, in some ways, dungeon crawler. In some ways, it's a craft kind of game. So, it's not a one-to-one ripoff of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Obviously, there might be some kind of, even admittedly cheap inspiration that kind of, looks, let's just say, a little bit suspect, but nothing really illegal from most people's vantage point. And who knows, maybe there is something that we're not aware of. But Nintendo goes after these guys, a small studio that's put out a massively successful game that many people say did some things better than an actual Pokemon game, mind you. And now it just seems to be a pretty messy situation. By the way, a company in the next few weeks is rumored to be launching or announcing their new hardware.
Yeah.
What a way to
make
excite
everybody your
people
fucking
for.
enemy.
Yeah. So I mean, look, I said this prior. Nintendo still, in terms of at least releasing full games and physical games, and not doing that, and relatively minor in terms of the woke shit. Obviously, they're the lesser of the three evils among the console companies, but still, this is so disgusting. And anybody that's sticking up for them is a fuck bootlicking dick rider, and they deserve to be thrown into Diddy's prisons.
It's Epstein's prison. Did he only supply the children?
Do you think he's gonna enjoy prison? I have a feeling he's gonna be like a fucking,
He's
you know,
either
he's
gonna
gonna
shoot
be like,
himself or some ne'er do well, quote unquote, aka an assassin, is going to take him out. But
no, I was gonna
they
say
kind of
he was
double.
gonna enjoy just the sheer amount of sodomy, though.
Oh fuck me, Jesus! Just
He had
like I
thousand
don't even
bottles
know.
of baby
I don't
oil.
even fucking know. But like, but they're kind of another cutscene.
Captain.
But they kind of double up on what you're saying about Power World. Like recently, the
Yeah.
Dead Island, not Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster came out, and like there's just a bunch of weird stuff that got changed for no fucking reason. It's still technically, essentially the same game. Like I watched Wally's stream of it
Yeah.
last night. It's still essentially the same makeup and the same like kind of idea. There's just a bunch of weird stuff like that got like changed up, like the clip dialogue. The one butcher guy is like super different now. The erotic point got taken out. There's a couple of lines that Frank normally said that he just doesn't speak anymore. He doesn't say the "what in the world" line at the beginning when you're looking at the monitors. Nice ass, by
Yeah.
the way, Piers. And it's just like
Thank you.
it's in all intents and purposes. Like the question is, you left everything else the same. Why the fuck
Yeah.
did you change anything?
Was it lessened? But from what I heard, what he
like
was
basically the running theory now, which is probably the most likely theory,
Chinese.
Yeah, the game got outsourced to a Chinese studio, which is unfortunate.
So it wasn't like Western Santa Monica woke. It was just like keep it in line with like Chinese mandates, like shit.
I mean,
Which
yeah,
is still
that
ridiculous.
could be considered the most likely possibility, especially how like they took out lines about Viet Cong and cops. Like
So they took some of the soul out of the game, but they didn't like
they didn't
not
like completely
extensively.
butcher it. Obviously, none of the
Yeah.
actors are union anymore. Weirdly enough, they somehow got. I'm not sure if you watched Bleach, but they somehow got Kenpachi's, like the spiky-haired guy's voice actor. I'm pretty sure he's union, so that's already bullshit.
So
Oh, and another voice they got. A guy who suspiciously sounds a lot like Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, who is really fucking union, I'm pretty sure.
I'll see what I find here. Wait for my command.
So,
let me ask you, because he was on there. How do I take cover in this game? I completely forgot the
you aim and
controls.
then you hit A. It's been a while. Oh,
Cheers.
fucking
Got another
fan.
set of blades in the way. I'm on it. Just give me a minute.
Oh, this is gonna take me a second.
Yeah, I can't help you until you turn that blade off. Can I shoot through the floor, actually? I don't got a shot. He's on the fucking solid floor.
Got another set of blades in the way. I'm on it.
Oh, wait, I can see one of them. Can I?
Yeah, I got a grenade launcher.
Got it. Alright, got one.
Yeah, thank you.
Got another set of blades in the way.
So let me ask you,
I'm on it. Just give me a minute.
if I had, you know, went to our local mom and pop video game store, do you think this would be a game worth buying at, let's say, full price, on sale, used, or never?
If you
What would
really
your
want a brand new Dead Island, buy it on sale. It's not nearly as bad as people would have you believe, but there is a bunch of stuff if you're a big fan of the games where you're just gonna look at it and be like, well, that's a fucking shame. Why'd they change that?
So, Steam sale Black Friday for $20.
Heavy
purchase.
discount though, like me personally.
Yeah.
But if you want it, that's you. You get it on sale. But in all
Well, the
honesty,
problem-
you can still get original Dead Rising. You can still get 2. You can still get Off the Record, all in a bundle for $50. Like
Yeah.
on the Xbox Play Store at least. I can't get to you.
I know. This
Cheers. I've restored
Wow.
to the elevator.
I'm fucked, I think.
Rendezvous up ahead.
I'm hitting an elevator button. I'm trying to get to you, Bubba. No.
It's okay. I mean, it's a mild inconvenience. I know what I'm doing now because the controls, you know, as someone who's just playing Astrobot the past few days, The controls are a slight oddity at the moment. Which is why I'm because I Astrobot, even that game I knew was going to be good based on what I had saw, but I
Oh
waited
yeah,
till
that
like
game
I
looks
got
super
like
fun.
oh it's
It actually has a
fantastic.
lot
It's
of
probably the best.
love and reverence for like Sony properties, unlike fucking Sony as a fucking company.
I'm in the elevator. Headed your way.
Well, the hope is that maybe they take the not that they'll do this, but the hope would be that they take the kind of like love and success of that game and like start thinking about maybe restructuring their company to be like the Sony of yore, not the fucking disgusting bullshit woke
Guys
shit that
get
they've done.
shot by
But like you were saying with Dead Rising, that's my problem is like you have to really like have someone that you can trust to give you like an assessment on something because like look, I mean I don't like the woke shit and there's a lot of games that I won't
But
buy
like
because
some
of that.
people jerk their knees way too fucking hard, and
Yeah,
makes
it's
like
just
all
like
the
with
people
Lollipop Chainsaw.
yeah, like that's another game. Like Wally is pretty much my go-to to see if anything's wrong with an IP or a re-release, and like he basically said, yeah, people are just being fucking stupid and it's annoying, and they're trying to kill this game I love again. But with the Dead Rising,
Well, they're like Matt Walsh. They're doing the Matt Walsh shit where they deliberately
they're doing
like
the
will
Tim
take
Pool,
anything.
they're doing the Matt Walsh, and they're doing the fucking quartering shit where they're just like, everything's fucked, boycott everything, don't put a single penny even into the things you like, because even the things you like are infiltrated. And it's like, that may be true, but like who's gonna fucking change it? You? You're not working in
then
the industry. Like fucking join the industry if you care so much, but you don't. So stop telling people to not
then
buy
there'll be
what
people.
they want to buy.
But then they'll show like Dollar Shave Your Ass Club or whatever the fuck kind of products that are like. By the way, probably owned by BlackRock.
I got a single blade razor like from a Viking brand of like razors. I never went back since. Single blade razors are nice. It's actually like a marketing gimmick that all these fucking like shavers coming out have like multiple blades and stuff.
Well, when you're using a non-electric razor, I don't see the point of anything but a single blade.
Yeah.
I mean, I use an electric razor, but also I do have a. Actually, I should get a single blade razor just for making sure my mustache is in order. Otherwise, what's his name for fucking? Your mustache is on the regulation.
you mean Sixta, the guy who got busted for being a pedo?
Did you say Dr. Disrespect?
Same name, different person.
Look, I mean, I know he like in some ways he had some receipts about Twitch, but I still don't trust that motherfucker. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like really hard to like, cause even Mr. Beast, Mr. fucking Beast now is coming out as a piece of trash, garbage pile human being.
Oh, what is this, Lunchables knockoff
everything
or something?
as like a fucking like tax write-off. He didn't actually care. He's not like, well, he's still technically a philanthropist, but like he takes all the things people try to say about Elon Musk and makes them true.
Yeah.
And it's like I literally told my buddy Jack, like, what are kids gonna have to look up to if Mr. Beast becomes a fucking piece of shit? Lo and behold,
yeah,
Mr. Beast is a piece of shit. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Like I guess the only person from like our generation who really got out of it without like turning out to be some scumfuck is fucking PewDiePie, which is amazing. Like it actually surprises me how decent of a human being that guy is. But actually, you know what? Use this as a Turing test. If a man drops the N-bomb but is clearly not a racist, trust that man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I always thought like the quote-unquote bridge incident, like, you know, you can like make memes about it, like when people came up with gamer word, like that was funny for a moment, but at the same time, it's like these fucking like charlatans are acting like people,
Well,
like everybody has said fucked up shit.
Well, it's like like I actually like you send me a video about like a bunch of YouTubers. bunch of YouTube.
What happened?
Yeah, the guy blew up and I flew out the door.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like you sent me that one one clip of a bunch of VTubers dropping the N-bomb, and people flew into a tizzy about that. And like every single time, like I see an actual reasonable person talk about it, even like black dudes, and that shouldn't be the current test, but I guess we have to like play for tokenism. But like even he was like,
What?
they don't even know what they're saying. It's adorable. They're so ignorant and so innocent and cute. They're saying this horrible slur, and it's a magical moment where no party involved should get in trouble because they just don't know.
Well, it's sort of like the misnomer that people only the people's knowledge of slavery is only the United States slavery from
They
the
don't talk about the
1700s through.
Romans. They love to like talk about Egyptians. Don't like to talk about the slave trade.
Well, it's not like that was a central part of the Old Testament either.
Let my people go. That was just Moses being real weird because he didn't like the rich people taxing the poor so much.
Yeah, well, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's
Well,
what you took
the
away.
definite.
That's what you took away from it.
The definite measure of someone's intelligence is asking them what was the. It's not even
Not
like
even
okay,
a measure
you can.
of intelligence, I would even say. Like really, it's a measure of if this person is paying attention or is he listening to all of the like talking points that like because even right wingers are guilty of this.
Well,
Like there's so many people who listen to Tim Pool like it's gospel, and the fat bald fuck. Like, he lies to your face. But it's like,
Okay, hold on a second.
It's just a matter of paying attention and, like, realizing everybody has shit history. Everybody was evil at one point in time. We are meant to go beyond that and be better people now.
Well, but what I was gonna say was one measure of seeing as someone is, outside of this kind of bubble of like misunderstanding history is say, okay, and I'm not going to be one of these people that does that. I do think that slavery was a factor in the Civil War, and a very large one. I'm not denying that. But ask them, was there other factors that caused the South to be secessionists? And if they can't come up with one that isn't slavery, then they have not. I won't say that it's a question of intelligence. I agree with that, but it's
economics at the end of the day. Like.
Well, and like it's not just economics though. It's the fact that, and this is something that Razorfist has been like very strong in saying, and I like that he says this is, they look. I mean, it's settled now, but there was a legitimate question in what the South had done as to whether or not states have the right to leave the Union. And now we know, okay, well, when you join the Union, you're part of a federation that you can't leave, and fine, so be it. But at the same, well, until like something really hits the fan. but you know, but I understand. Like, okay, we've made, but like you have to. How do I put this? You have to be willing to at least entertain or play devil's advocate, even if you don't necessarily agree with that.
Like you have to accept,
for instance,
like there are reasons beyond just racism and evil for the actions of people doing the things they do. Like, sure, Hitler was a racist and evil person, but he was trying to drag Germany out of a really bad point in history where they basically got the bag for every terrible thing that happened in World War I.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like, I'm not excusing anything that fuck did, but
no.
Germany was not doing well thanks to the rest of the world.
Well, not only that, I mean, yes, there is something especially evil about the way that Hitler perpetrated, for instance, the Holocaust. But at the same time, Joseph Stalin was not this like, you know, he was the enemy of our enemy, which and by the way, I don't like this revisionist shit of like painting Churchill as some kind of like Ponzi of the Jews. Like, this is just insanity. This is now a theory.
People are taking this fucking Jew nonsense way too far. Like I
well,
said,
and that's the problem.
Everybody's got shit history. It's not just one group of people who does all the fucking damage. The moment you think that is the moment where you are going to become a fucking fascist, even though you hate those fucking people.
Well, that's the problem too. It's like you're missing the point. It's like, okay,
No.
are there wealthy people with a certain background that might be, let's just say not acting in the best interest of the United States? Sure, but when you isolate that solely one group, even if it's disproportionate, then you've become the fascist. Because you could also say the China Com are a problem, and they are the Chinese communists. But once again, they're not the only problem. So, like this kind of narrative, like paint, it's faggotry. Sorry to, I hope we're not going to get canceled for saying that, but it's what Nick Fuentes does, where he, oh, this group, is guilt, and it's what the woke do too, with targeting white people, saying that it's white people are evil and that they're destroy the world. That's, by the way, that's another measure. Oh
Yeah,
shit, sorry.
you dick. He just
Oh
blasted me
shit.
in the back.
Creation isn't a pillow fight. Get through to HQ. No, not unless we get contact.
Yeah. Get some.
But let me just say this. It's like, oh, well, what, like, if you ask somebody about imperialism and all they talk about is the negatives, well, it's like, you're not getting the full you're not really getting the full
Yeah.
picture of history. If that's, like, how about the fact that there's places where European and quote unquote imperialists went and actually brought, like, sanitation and, like, basic fucking, like, medical care.
Yeah.
Like,
They didn't do the best.
Oh,
They didn't do the best, like, job of, like, treating the people like they were human, maybe. But
well,
we got
then
bees.
treating it like,
We got,
yeah, these
we
things
got
are
bees.
fucking tough.
What's that timer for?
Let me just say one more. Oh,
The
shit.
timer's letting
I
more
don't know, what is
boogers
this
into
time?
the fucking room. God damn it.
Fucking bees!
Do your best, Nick Cage.
The problem is-
they're all over me.
The problem
Shit, they keep coming.
is when the people, like, find, like, a group like European imperialists and act like it's a uniquely evil group, when in reality, there's plenty of civilizations that have done just as bad throughout history. Let me ask you something. How much longer does my character have? We have a 55-second timer.
There you go.
Oh, dude. This bee creature makes me want to play fucking Fatal Frame.
Wait, why does it make you want to play that? Good game, mind you, but I am getting my butt kicked.
I don't know, just something about that character design, like this section. Have you ever played the Fatal Frame series?
I have not, unfortunately. I've watched a lot of gameplay back in the day. In fact, one of the people I used to watch it on 4-Player Podcast, that's what got me into watching them. Like, just seeing them play Fatal Frame 1 and 2.
You know what's a tragedy is that well, actually I think it got released on Switch, but one of the fucking did I do something bad?
No.
Connection procedures complete.
We have more boogers.
Disengaging the safety lock.
There was a Wii U version
Oh,
of
yeah,
Fatal...
Made
Jesus.
in Blackwater. I've always wanted to play that one.
Yeah.
Did that not get
Yeah.
Did that not get re-released?
I think it did get I think I misremembered. I think it did get
It might
re-released
not.
on
A lot of games got abandoned on the Wii U. Was there ever re-release
Yeah,
of Star
like-
Fox?
No, sadly, which that would be a hell of a game to play, channel.
I was actually thinking about Dead Rising and streaming it, but then I thought, like, Dead Rising 2 is my favorite game, but I'd love to play that game co-op, even off the record. And I know a lot of people love Off the Record. I know I don't like what they did to Frank. I don't like what they did to Chuck. I mean, they did my boy dirty. He's probably my favorite character of that entire franchise. He's just like he's just like Action Dad. He's just got a pun for every bad situation. He really loves his daughter, and he's just so dry as a character. Oh god, I was just like looking up like the cutscenes for Dead Rising 2 like the other day, and just watching them in my downtime. And, like one of them, one of them is like fucking duo of magicians. You remember those guys from 2?
Ah, yeah.
I love the opening because he walks into the room and they got this big contraption set up and everything, and then like it's just a buzzsaw that saws their victim in half. like, like Chuck, without missing a beat, just like looks at him and says, "That's not magic. She's dead." It's like, wow, when were you gonna come to the fucking show? I just got bulldozed. I was trying to shoot.
Oh boy, do you need a hand?
I was trying to shoot them. I'm already dead. This fucker's gonna smash
Oh,
me.
oh, fuck!
I got shot. Shit.
Yeah, Dead Rising.
And
Dead
don't-
Rising 2.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Off the Record. I love that they brought Frank back and
Yeah.
just gave him his own game, like after Case West. But
Yeah.
goddamn, did you really need to just make like Chuck one of the bad guys?
Engaging airlock. Connection to research block initiated.
The
Then again,
problem
what
is
if is-
too when.
Please wait
But,
till the
yeah, you
connection is
continue.
complete.
Well, the problem is too. Sometimes they underestimate the appeal of characters, and then they write them into like a. Well, I think that might be other than the fact that that show kind of just took a bad turn at some
Yeah.
point, but I think that might be the problem with the Boys TV show, you know, the superhero show.
This is my little parting gift to you.
In addition to like the woke shit they forced in, they failed to understand what made that show popular in the early
Yeah.
seasons.
The love and the care.
Which I mean, Game of Thrones did right at the end, which is kind of funny. They went 8 seasons, and then like the last few episodes, they just completely forgot why people enjoyed watching that series.
Into a new
There's definitely the politics.
for my last and greatest creation.
Yeah, I mean,
not the
that's for
intrigue,
sure.
not the mysteries, not seeing who's gonna make it to the end and caring about all these characters. No, it's just the assholes that are left, and all the good people that are left too
He will
just become
reign
assholes.
as king of the new era.
yeah, I mean, they really did.
They did.
I don't know
Jon
who they did a
Snow
bigger
dirty.
disservice to.
That fucker died quick. Ow!
You were in the way of my sniper rifle shot.
You said that like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It seems you've activated my trap card. Bullet to the face.
Hey, the Secret Service agent this past weekend activated his card quickly. God bless him, because he, I don't know if you heard about like another attempt on Trump. The
bomb.
Secret Service guy
Fuck.
didn't even get
Can't
approval.
wait to hear people.
He didn't even get a.
Can't wait to hear people tell.
He just started shooting.
What?
The secret. Well, let me get a word in. The Secret Service guy, like last time at Butler, they had to wait for approval to counterfire. This time, as soon as the Secret Service agent saw the AK-47, he started firing at the guy.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, I thought he was just opening on the crowd. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, they're going real
I was
mask
about-
off.
Yeah, no.
No, that I
Thank God
understand.
though, because but thank God though, because you know, it seems like Trump can't even go fucking golfing without
He
fucking
can't go
something going wrong
golfing.
now.
Somebody's bringing bombs to his rallies now. It's fucking insane. And they'll fucking tell you every single time, oh, they were Republican neo-Nazis. No, motherfucker. When an entire group of people is convinced into dehumanizing people based on politics, that entire group of
Yeah.
fucking people looks at these people who are, like, even a little right of center and say, you're an evil fucking chud and you deserve to die. Why are you fucking surprised that people are going out and shooting these people? You fucking cocksuckers. Shut up.
Oh, but and then the day after they'll say, oh, we don't condone violence. It's like, well, motherfucker,
You caused
you basically.
this.
What the fuck? How did I get killed there?
It's the bees.
What
We
a
gotta
fucking
kill the
bullshit
bees.
section. These bees, not the bees.
I got a huge ass wine bottle next to me, and I got pot if I need it. I'm not gonna get drunk on the stream, but I'm gonna get pretty damn close if this section goes on a little too
Wait
long.
until the connection.
I'm treading the one after this.
Oh, no, God almighty. Is that, what's the one after this?
The ending is the one I have the worst memories of, but that's because the AIs fucking work and Piers can't shoot worth a good goddamn, even though he's supposed to be the linchpin for the scene. But running away from the monster, if you remember that fucking part. This game doesn't do running away very well. Unless it's from explosions that should theoretically just incinerate our protagonists.
No one can. One missile and this world
Yeah, I don't.
will be transformed.
Like, this game is fun, but I don't understand what they were thinking with like certain, like the cover system is kind of
The cover's
wonky at best.
like,
Thrive in
and like,
the burning cities.
I don't really like this game either. I like some aspects of it, but Dead Space 3 actually had a pretty decent cover system where you just stuck to it. Like, you got behind a box and you were in cover. It didn't work all the time because a lot of the geometry of the like boxes in the level weren't exactly uniform shapes. But whenever you had to fight people with guns, they at least had boxes in the room that you'd stick on. Now that being said, I hated fighting fucking gun enemies in that game because it was just tedious. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, they definitely missed the mark on that part.
Plus, like, I think, I always quote him all the time. I'm like, I don't want to seem like a dick rider, but he's probably one of my favorite YouTubers right now. But Wally brought up, like, in his Dead Island, one.
Connection complete.
Oh god, I'm trying to think. It was one of his video game ones where he was talking about it. And they, like, they Hollywooded up the dialogue. Obviously, like, between games, which it kind of makes sense, but between games, Ellie and Isaac broke up, and then, like, there's that scene where you reunite with her after nearly fucking dying, and, like, she's dating a man at this point, and she just snuggles up to you, and it's like, I'm glad you made it, and, like, the fucking cuck in the background, the douchebag sergeant, captain, whatever the fuck he was, yeah, Captain, like, no name because he was barely even a character. He was just there to betray you. He's like, I'm glad to see you made it, Isaac. I guess we should, give you two some time alone. Then Ellie turns around and it's like, what is that supposed to mean? He's like, it seems like for a guy you left in the past, you're pretty happy to see him. It's like, don't do this! Not this shit! This is annoying locker room bullshit. This should be in a teen drama, not fucking Dead Space. To be fair, Ellie should not be snuggling up on a man that she left behind in the past when she's dating a man. And, like, then she has the audacity, like, after that, after you blow fucking No Name's fucking head off, like, to be like, he was the only one who would help me, and now he's dead, and it's like, bitch, fucking seriously? He tried to create the perfect fucking environment for the apocalypse. You literally tried to sell my brain out to the highest bidder just so they could kill me.
Well, mind you, this is EA. Their experience with relationships are probably
Rape.
messy at best.
Rape. Tons of rape.
Not as much as Blizzard.
Surprisingly. Still pretty bad.
Surprisingly.
But surprisingly not as much as Blizzard.
Hey, imagine your name is Jason Schreier. Let me just give you a proposition. Imagine your name is Jason Schreier, and that you're supposedly a commendable, not that he is, but let's say that's what he is in the industry. He's considered like a well-respected journalist, quote unquote. And you're aware of the, yeah, well, let me just say, let's say you're aware of the Activision Blizzard like molestation, rape shit going on for years, and instead of like reporting it to the police, you waited till you could write a book about it.
yeah. He like sat on that information. It's like what I forget his exact excuse. It was something like, well, I still wanted to be an industry insider. That's why I didn't want to ruin any relationships. And it's like you had information about a literal fuck dungeon at Blizzard. The fuck is your problem? Are you human?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
But by the way, the thing that they kept acting like right wingers in the industry were guilty of, it was all of these like turbo left cards that worked at Blizzard.
Yeah, it's all the right wingers that are
You know, the right wingers that are happily married and
Well,
normal
it's like
relationships.
it's all the right wingers. They're guilty of the sexism and misogyny and the locker room talk, and it's like, yeah,
Boy.
I guess they're guilty of that, but at least it's not literal sexual assault and covering it up.
Glad to see you're okay.
Women of our channels that may view us, which thank you.
Looks like you guys saved the
What
day
would you
again.
rather deal with? Locker room talk or creepy fucking degenerate perverts who actually fall through on locker room talk?
See your father and
Because I think, by the way, you know, like locker room talk is like, hey, look at how her tits look nice. Their talk was like, let's drug a woman, you know, allegedly, and fondle her. Let's do a ditty party. That's
And
their
let's make fun of her until she blows her fucking brains
I'm the
out.
one that killed him.
oh yeah, you know, that's very progressive.
I'm
But
the one who killed your dad. Pussy. Pussy. You won't do it.
at the president's daughter.
Yeah, it was me.
That's right.
You want to know what I did to the
Chris.
corpse afterwards?
At least you
Nothing. I couldn't get to it. It was at the bottom of a volcano.
know. This is between
This-
me and him.
This dude looks like a Chris Angel knockoff.
Go ahead.
It's weird. I hate myself for this because I know I should hate Jake, but I don't mind it because I have a soft spot for like the fucking.
The world depends.
I'm like a teenage girl. I have a soft spot for a fucking bad boy, like actually deciding to nut up and like become a proper man for a pretty girl. Like just become a decent person.
Or was it personal?
And, like,
Yeah.
Like as far as I know, like
Both.
he's a gun for hire. He never did any fucking heinous shit like Wesker did.
Stop.
Put a bullet in your
Put
head.
your gun down.
Drop your
Don't do this.
He had nothing to do with the development of Dead Space 3.
What'd you do if like the camera zoomed down? There was just a hole in fucking Chris's eye, and they spat the bullet back out.
There are more important things.
Fucking Terminator style.
Hey, did you see what you would call it? Dead Island 2 is getting like a story DLC, and apparently they're gonna just release
Gotta
it,
go.
which I appreciate. They're gonna basically release all the DLC on a disc, and it's the entire game,
we're getting
download.
DLC discs again? Oh my god, we're going full circle. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. Which I mean, you know, at the time it was people were annoyed by that, but it's like nowadays it's like, well, thank you for at least including an entire game on a disc now. That's how bad we've fallen. Like the thing that was considered to be like a kind of like passe money grab is like, wow, thanks guys for actually allowing us to have this game like on a
House-
permanent piece of media.
House simulation. That's almost like chaos without the sea. Fucking hate this thing.
What the hell is this? The end of the world. Unless we stop it.
So, if that giant cocoon hatches,
We're in trouble. Just a bit. We gotta get out of here and warn HQ. This way!
I guess you're going with Jake. Oh my, I like Sherry. She's my boo. When we get to the Jake campaign,
Yeah.
Who do you want to play as? You want to play as the bombshell, or you want to play as the young lady there?
Do I need to press anything here, or am I just waiting for? Oh, you're waiting for what's?
Jake literally ran across the stage to come to Chris and be like, we're not done talking yet. You killed my fucking dad.
What were the options? What were the options you said?
Do you want to play as Jake or Sherry? I was making a joke about Jake being bombshell and Sherry being
If it ever
girl.
comes down to you and me, it'll be me.
I'll play as Sherry. Unless you want to.
I was gonna ask you first because I don't mind playing as either. I like being Kung Fu Ninja Man, but I also don't mind playing as my wife.
I'll be the second fiddle to your well, actually, I mean, let me try to figure this out. It's Jake's campaign, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I'll play as secondary Sherry.
Secondary Sherry. Primary sharing, secondary sharing, no Jake. Girls only.
I will say, like, they Jake is transitioning into a
Oh God,
woman.
he comes walking up in the same outfit. Okay, one of us is gonna need to change.
I died, by the
You
way.
got stun batoned in the butt, I see.
You know, I know this is kind of a common occurrence in the Resident series, but they really do not give us enough ammo.
Yeah, that's why I switch between guns so much. If you ever see my gameplay, like I switch from like assault rifle to pistol, but
You just look like a manic maniac. Ah.
I'm tossing through. I'm accidentally using a first aid spray, spraying myself in the eyes, giving myself an advantage.
Which, but the ammo kind of constrictions are usually not a problem in other Resident Evil games. You know, if you're managed it.
It's this game is so fast and frantic that it's almost
So,
kind of
if that giant
hard
cocoon
to.
hatches,
Like it's
Yeah.
very weird, like how this game.
Just a bit. We gotta get out of here and warn HQ.
I guess I'm going with you.
You and me.
Well, I gotta keep you alive. No offense.
Hurry!
I want
Well-
to have a heart-to-heart with Jake, but I gotta tell you so much how much I love you being alive and how you're my friend who's alive.
Yeah,
We're gonna make it out of this together, alive.
of course. Nothing bad is going to happen to my character in the foreseeable future. He's got plans. He's got a vacation booked. You know?
I don't like how Pierce is just fluffing up like Chris, like, you did the right thing, killing a man's father, that means nothing, and it's like, well, yeah, but like the guy grew up a fucking orphan because of it.
What would Pierce say about Resident Evil 8, Chris?
I actually don't fucking know because it almost seems like Resident Evil 8 Chris went straight from being like Resident Evil 5 Chris to Resident Evil 8 Chris. Because at the end of this game, that's basically the character arc. It just goes back to not being a fuck up after having more people die on him. I don't know, like, what's worse? Chris Redfield having the worst track record of partners just fucking biffing it on him, or Otacon for having every woman who has ever loved him and he has ever loved fucking die on him or kill themselves.
Well, you know,
do you
it's
really
not like
think Naomi really had to die at the end of 4? Like, just Jesus, it's like, look, Otacon, it has to be this way. Because I love you as a man, I need to kill myself.
you know,
I think canonically...
Otacon is
Oh, yeah? What are you saying?
Otacon is legitimately without fault in incel.
No, because Otacon has gotten laid on like 2 different occasions. Because it's implied in 2, if you get like the little Easter... Fuck you!
Oh, he did get laid in 4 too, right?
Yeah,
with
Naomi fucked him in the Chinook, I think it was. But if you I do believe you have to like save your game over and over again on the tanker level and like exhaust all of like Otacon going through Mei Ling's proverbs. You get a little Easter egg. Like Mei Ling's in the fucking room with him, and she's like pissed off at him because he threw out the little cheat sheet she wrote him. That's why all the fucking sayings are fucked up. And, like legit, it's like, why is Mei Ling there? Wait a sec, Otacon, you dog, Otacon. And it's like Mei Ling is canonically the only woman who has ever like fucked and been in love with Otacon who hasn't fucking died in a horrible way.
You know, it's a good thing he at least got laid, because like nowadays Otacon would be like prime MK Ultra croon victim, where like he gets, you know, because like that kind of nerd is essentially went to the wayside. You know what I mean? That kind of like
if you really want to mince words, Otacon could have been like his father.
Well,
oh yeah, I managed to convince this lesbian to let me impregnate her. Let me lock her in a fucking like cylinder and shoot her off into the ocean. Because she won't let me
anime.
Because she won't let me experiment on my own son.
It's just like my fucked up anime.
Oh, we gotta climb. Up, up. Don't fight it.
Uh,
Ah, no.
well, I misinput. It was
It
misinput.
was a misinput.
It really
Calm
was
down.
because I.
Calm the fuck down.
Captain, we gotta go.
Holy shit.
Is this a section you don't like, Fred?
We're in complete synchronous.
There we go.
Run. Run. Just run.
Hurry, don't take us
What is this thing even supposed to be? A skeleton jellyfish monster?
It's a bad monster musume waifu, like
Really
just
bad. It doesn't
something
even
in the
have
lab.
double D tits.
It's just
Ray,
like-
you left me behind!
What did I
You're supposed
the
to
camera.
pull me up!
check the footage?
I have that on fucking video, motherfucker.
We gotta climb.
Rewind the tape.
Jamie, pull up
hey,
that
you
clip.
said keep running. You said don't look back. My character's gonna live. God damn it! You're.
Look, I know what happens at the end of this story. I'm sorry, Chris. Maybe if I fight this thing alone, I'll be okay.
Captain, over here.
Please pull me up this time.
Okay, pull me up.
Ooh. Oh shit, my fucking microphone's. Ah, god damn it.
What
It felt
happened?
like, picks up all this noise, though. Shit. I forgot to put on my lapel mic.
Oh, you sound fine on my end.
No, well, I'm using the Xbox mic on your end. I hope you guys can hear me. Oh god, I'm crawling. Oh shit, we should have slid. Oh, this thing's gonna smack us. Run! Run! Holy balls! How long is the section?
I don't know. Those lapel mics are pretty sensitive though, so I don't think you'll have too
Oh,
much
I
in
know.
terms of.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Don't forget to pull me up. Button.
They don't
What?
pull you up.
Button. Shit! Okay, my lapel mic is now hooked onto my necklace.
How far did you have it away from you?
I was sitting on the laptop next to me. Motherfucker.
Oh.
So it probably picked up everything. It just probably sounded a little more quiet than usual. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit.
Run!
Now you're in front. Oh, good. We're trapped in this fucking death tin can.
Well, you know, I might be able to destroy the rest of this base, but the fucking elevator that's just
Oh,
flimsy.
God.
Oh.
Last.
The end. The end is near for me.
The end, my only friend, the end. That's the only part of that song I know. It's a really good song. What if they just made a Resident Evil that was just basically Apocalypse Now?
That'd be sick.
It would be sick, wouldn't it? Death Ice, but Apocalypse Now. Halloween, but Apocalypse Now. Well, actually, that's basically Viet Cong or Shell Shock 96, 96, 69. What year was Vietnam?
It depends on. Well, I mean, like our involvement started during the Kennedy administration. So like, I mean, like where we started to amp it up, that'd be like 61,
Okay, so
62.
it's
But when you
Nom
look at like the
67.
majority,
Shell Shock Nom 67.
well, yeah, sure, yeah, but I mean, majority of our troop involvement would be like 65 through 73.
Yeah. It's a weird series. Like, you know about Shell Shock, right? It was
Yeah,
a Vietnam
yeah.
game, but the sequel became like this weird, like, survival horror zombie game.
Hey, I gotta tell you something. You know, Call of Duty's a series that hasn't had a really good entry in a long time, but I played the multiplayer beta. By the way, I'm getting a little bit of like echo. I don't know if that's
Oh, you're getting echo?
my end or your end. A little bit.
Echo from what? Like my voice?
When I'm speaking, it seems like you might have my voice like kind of because it's better now, but
Weird, because
whatever
I
you just
don't have any audio
Yeah.
playing through my television. I wonder why it's doing that.
might just well, it's not that bad. But anyways, I tried the Black Ops 6 beta, and I have to say it's probably the best multiplayer Call of Duty experience I've experienced myself in a long time. They actually made a new movement system that makes it feel a little bit more fluid. The map design and even like the level design that I've seen of the campaigns seems to be like well done. You know, like actual like intentional like levels that emulate reality.
Oh, like you
Which
mean
the
actual
mod
map
the first
design?
Modern Warfare 1 remake did a very good job of that. Like the first Modern Warfare remake from 2019 or
Yeah.
whatever. They did a good job with
I
that.
heard
Like
that
there's a
game
really
had,
good
like,
mission
really
where you
bad
clear
issues with camping, though. Which, actually, to be fair to the game's credit, you can't exactly plan for that or avoid it.
Yeah, no, that is true. But some of the level design in that game was actually shockingly phenomenal.
Alright.
So, and I liked Cold War. I don't know if you played Cold War, but Cold War I thought had a pretty
War,
solid
they
campaign.
tried to, like, emulate the Black Ops 2, like, campaign, which was really good, where there was a lot of splitting decisions, which I really enjoyed.
I would say that's the best Call of Duty of recent years in terms of the campaign.
But I
But
heard
hopefully
the
this game.
multiplayer for that game fucking sucked.
Well, that's been the
Well,
problem.
it's
like,
one of the reasons
even the better.
like, I'm so turned off to multiplayer game modes now. Everybody either just plays the meta or just sweats super hard. Nobody's there to have fun. Like, everybody takes it
I will
super
tell you,
serious.
this game it seemed like people were having fun though, because like there was not like I usually get frustrated playing Call of Duty multiplayer, but I didn't have much of that.
Oh god. Oh god, the door's closing. Ray, can I save you?
Wow.
Why am I thinking of Bioshock right now? Oh, we're...
Well, here. By the way, I have an idea. Make 3 Bioshock games, but then decide to shut down your studio because you're having a midlife crisis, and then come back with a woke version of Bioshock nearly a decade later that makes Infinite look like a modern art masterpiece in comparison. Not that I hate Infinite. People shit on that game a lot. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it's not as good as the rest of the series.
It's really linear, and unfortunately, if you think about the plot, it becomes real dumb real quick. Because, like, you like these characters, but by the end, like, you're forced to, like be told, like, oh, secretly these characters are horrible, and they deserve to die no matter what, and it's like, no. No.
Yeah, it's almost like the prototypical like let's introduce like woke elements into a game that otherwise would have been like really well done.
Another confusing like thing is like the game like makes it like, oh, in this timeline Booker becomes like the head of like the Resistance, and it's like, why would Booker become the head of the Resistance? He's only there for a job. It's like a lot of stuff that you think of doesn't make sense. Like all the ways that like Booker could become Comstock, and like drowning one version of Booker doesn't really solve any issues.
Son of a bitch!
It's just like multiple timelines instantly make the game kind of pointless.
Captain, we're out of time. Gotta go.
Well, it almost seems like it almost seems like 2 games It seems like there's two games there. It seems, or at least feels like a game made by two different teams. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. There's like the BioShock elements, but then there was like something kind of like, oh, gee, this, and at the time it might have seemed kind of bold, but in reality it did not age well. You know what I mean? Like at the time, the kind of like heavy-handed political themes might have been like, oh, okay, this game's trying something different. But nowadays it's like this is so tired that like now the game is just looks like
Also up,
it
Chris.
looks like one of these games.
Also up, Chris. I don't know if I actually need to tap. Like, yeah, baby, boulder shoulders still got it.
Thanks, Captain.
Look how impeccably strong Chris is, no matter what. Like, Jack had a really good theory about, like, Chris. Like, people make fun of how ludicrously big he is in 5. But really, if you're going up against a literal...
How did I get stuck?
No! Can I open the door?
Listen, you play back the fucking footage on my end, because I fucking slid. I fucking slid.
But, like, Jack was telling me how, like, it's actually kind of, like, not, like, silly to see Chris so huge, because he's fighting a literal superhuman. Like, of course he'd get jacked.
Yeah.
But, like, when me and my buddy Blaze back in the day played through 5, like, we were just giggling at the scene. You remember the scene where he's, like, running after the plane taking off with Sheva? And he's this huge and massive man, like, chasing after this aeroplane that's lifting off the ground. And it's like, he should not be able to run that fast. He is physically incapable of running that fast. He has too much mass on it. He's like over 200 pounds, maybe 250, probably 300 with the size of the fucking biceps. Oh no.
Well, it's almost like Resident. It's like Fast and Furious logic, where like Dom Toretto goes from a street racer into a fucking, essentially,
Oh no.
bulletproof fucking.
You're gonna be a paraplegic when we get out of this. Like super
I'll be fine.
paraplegic.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
You're unsavable. Don't you dare cut it off, Chris. This is my masturbating arm. I was actually super sad when I first saw this scene. No joke. I
Chris.
give in to cheesy Hollywood moments. a little
Chris.
bit longer.
Chris, I'm gonna save you. I know you're gonna be a good man in the future. You're not gonna do anything sick and twisted. You're gonna redeem yourself.
Just don't shoot anyone's wife. Check yourself, damn it. To be fair, I got spoiled on that. That's not really Ethan's wife, right?
Let's not listen. Yes, but let's.
Oh, hey, you got your masturbating arm back. It's all gooey.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, like, from personal experience, this fucking fight is a nightmare without two people. This is probably gonna be really easy.
You say that, but you don't know my level of retardation,
Just
Fred.
shoot.
Oh God, Piers, what did you do?
He's dead. He's dead already?
Pressure abnormality detected. Sealing all. Depressurization initialized.
He's not dead. Oh, yep. Hate it. Hate it so much.
Piers, you have to fight it. Try to stay in control.
Fuck this goo baby up, Piers. Ow! Prick! Wait!
Yeah.
No, not you.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, what?
Oh, sorry. This fucking audio is like my game audio is like really loud for some reason.
If you go into your audio settings There's an option at the first one, I think it is. You can like silence
Yeah.
it by 80%. That's what I had to do.
Dude, it's just these fucking whatever Logitech did with their headphone drivers. I gotta go in there and fandangle the settings. They fucked up my shit with their. Oh yeah, here's an entirely new piece of software because we're fucking stupid cocksuckers.
Here's this thing
That,
that's
by
gonna
the-
ruin all of your settings and fuck things up. Have fun, buddy.
Well, could you imagine if I was like a serious streamer, like you know?
Oh, I imagine
Not that I
they
don't
have
value
people
my
for
shit.
this, like all the big ones, but I feel bad for the small timers who like, yeah, if my audio sounds a little weird, it's because I got a new update to my headset. I have my audio perfect. Things change. Are we gonna damage this
Speaking
thing?
of, oh, I'm attacking it.
Yeah, but I don't feel like we're doing damage. I am almost out of my You know what? You've been distracting it, and I've been shooting it in the back. Let's try to switch roles. I'll distract it. I'll try to get its attention. You shoot it in the butt. There we go. Okay, it felt that.
Alright.
Alright, so we were doing it. Ow! You shot me!
I gave you the Mike Pence attack.
I am no longer homosexual. I never was to begin with, but
No, that's just the power of the shock rays. It made you forget.
You ever see those fucked up videos where the guy is like, I guess he's, I don't know what the bit is. I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like these two black guys on this podcast together, and like one guy snaps his finger, and it's like, I snapped those fingers. It's like, you've been ever gay. He snaps his fingers, and he's like,
Yes.
well, I was never gay. Exactly. No, wait.
By the way, that's what happened after someone woke up at Diddy's house.
But I'm not gay. Bubba. Oh, he's hurt.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's this exploding piss trees. Maybe super. That's actually really retarded. Maybe super weapons just don't work on this guy. What the fuck is that? Oh, he's doing a thing again. Okay, I guess he's dead. The door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
He just keeps coming back.
Oh.
Nope, it's not.
He's tiny. Ow! You did. That weapon
Sorry.
has spread, soldier. Don't spread it in my ass too much.
Ah.
Oh, fuck. Damn.
Move out of the way.
You missed.
I can't control my Diz beams.
Who's really behind him? Yee.
I hope you got a health thing.
Pickaxe. I don't know how many times I tapped it, but I ate 5. Fuck you. Thank you, computer. You, bitch! Ow! No. Shit. Oh.
sorry!
I'm getting
I'm trying to
crushed.
save you!
You shocked me and then you
Would
saved
you
me.
rather be shocked or anally raped by this monster?
I don't know. I haven't had that experience yet. Half of them just blew off. Nice. They gonna be even tinier now.
When is this thing gonna die?
As soon as we shoot the last piece of him, I guess. That's the main reason this sucks
Like a-
on single player, because Piers will not. If you miss that like tentacle thing that comes off the back of him, it reforms and you gotta fight him again like a back cell. So don't miss that thing when it comes apart.
Yeah.
Got one. Fucking big ass out of the way, you fucking skeletal fruitcake.
My character's gonna be
Shut
fine,
it!
right, friend? I'm just
Shut
like
it!
a pro.
Nice.
Fuck!
We have to kill him when he's in his cocoon.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. We gotta kill it when it's in its cocoon. Am I shooting the wormy thing or the actual cocksucker itself when it's in that? Oh, there you
I
go.
just- What? So, he's cocooning again. He's cocooning. Wow, I think they were. Ah, that was my fault. That was mine. Shit. Fuck. Hey, you like that? I don't have much ammo left. Get it! Ah! Good shot. Alright, get it. Alright, he's almost dead. I'm gonna look around for ammo. Pistol. Holy fuck.
Depressurization process is almost complete.
Please. Circle straight, circle straight, circle straight. Oh god. Cocooning.
What in the
Don't worry
fuck?
about me, shoot the cocoon. Gonna hatch again, isn't he? Get bent, bitch. Ow! Fuck! I don't have any ammo to help you.
Holy quick time event!
I only have this knife. Yes! fucked up.
Pierce, come on, just stay with me. You're gonna be okay. I'm sorry, Captain.
Look, you got like 3 new eyes. You look pretty cool.
SAA
Ah.
for the future. I know. You did a real good thing. As long as you... I don't want to hear it. We're both getting out of here, right? Let's go.
One health bar. Let's do
Depressurization
this.
process complete. Unsealing doors now.
I'm gonna get you through this, Pierce. You hear me?
All right. Well, I might be worse for wear, but I'm sure I'll make it out of here in one
We'll be
piece.
perfectly fine. All you gotta do is shoot through all the
Please
goo.
evacuate immediately.
I don't have any bullets.
Stand back, Captain. I can kill you.
Oh god. Oh god. I don't have any bullets.
Warning. Facility's infrastructure compromised. Unable to withstand water pressure. All personnel, please evacuate immediately.
I got pistol. Right. Effectively fucking useless.
Warning. Facility's infrastructure compromised. Unable to withstand water pressure. All personnel, please evacuate immediately.
Alright, we got this.
Oh yeah. Peachy.
No problems whatsoever. Don't you dare do this. Don't you collapse like you're dying. Please get out.
Well,
You're not dying. It's okay. Just monster mash. Pledge your allegiance to the graveyard smash.
No. You're gonna be okay. We're almost there. Escape pods. See that?
Assuming
We'll be out of here in
these
no time.
escape pods are pressurized. Are they depressurized them when they get topside?
oh, you know, they
Because obviously
Like
they
opening
would
a bottle.
have to be pressurized. Otherwise, you just
well, unless it's an Ocean Gate submarine.
you just
Got it.
explode before you got to the top.
Here we go, Pierce.
Hey, we're back to the top. We're fine.
Open the door. Just
Top.
fuck. We didn't depressurize them. What's this? They're face panties, Captain. No! No!
Open the door!
I can't quit you.
I need you to be heterosexual in my eyes, Captain. I need to die.
This is
You're
actually
very,
kind of
very optimistic all of a sudden, Chris. Look at him.
Pierce, open the goddamn door! That's an order!
Monkeypox is no joke, friend.
Shit.
Good. Oh, terrible.
Get this from the syringe.
I guess I'm patient zero after all. I guess that trip to Bangkok. Those he just goes to Bangkok and it
the
turns out.
fuck?
Oh Jesus.
This game just does not chill out. That's why it's so tiring to play. It's constant. It's just like go.
Well, I was
go.
gonna say, assuming we're done with this level in the next few minutes, I don't know if you want to just shoot the shit and play something like multiplayer and quick, just so we can hit the 2-hour mark without like suffering, or if you just want to call it wraps after this, because
It's up to
I can't. Well, I don't mind. I mean, if you want to play like I mean anything like multiplayer that's quick, like a Halo Firefight or something, but I just don't want to start another level now because I do have to get to bed by 9:30, and I have to get off here by 9:30, so I'm to bed by 10. And I know if we start another level, see the levels in this game are either like 30 minutes or they're like 2 hours. You know what I mean? There's no like fucking.
I mean, did you want to do Mercenaries? Keep the theme.
Is that part of this game?
Yeah, this game has Mercenaries.
It still works. It's still live.
I would sure hope so. The multiplayer still works.
Yeah. How long will that take us around? Like 20 minutes?
Not very long. We can play
Okay,
a
yeah, we'll
couple
do a
games
round
of
of
Mercenaries.
Yeah.
That way we get our Resident Evil fix without going overboard.
Credits. So we've done 2 campaign or like 2 character campaigns so far, and we have 2 more.
For some reason I wanted to say Jerry. Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with
What's
zombies?
the deal with these infective bees? Oh wait, that's Dead Rising.
Yeah, and the other 2 campaigns are shorter, I presume.
I think out of all of them, Ada's the shortest. Jake's is the second shortest. Because how many parts did it take us to get through Leon's campaign? Or was it 3?
3 and 3.
It felt a lot longer. Maybe it's just an old wives' tale that Leon's campaigns are longer. Ustanok. We still haven't properly fought him. Oh wait, that's not Ustanok. That's a random bug guy. Did we skip this?
Random bug guy.
Random bug guy in the middle of Shanghai. Gonna fuck up all these guys. Shit. So many Japanese names. Definitely white people worked on this.
Can you imagine there's like some really like can you imagine there's like some like some very white name somewhere just randomly as like a lead designer, like Bob Johnson?
It's been that way. Like
Well,
probably
Michael
gonna see an animation,
McNamara,
we're gonna see like Denver Thomas.
Oh, it's like the one dude that started working with Kojima after Metal Gear Solid 3. He's like a real. I remember watching like the Metal Gear Solid 4 development thing, and it's like because they're trying to show like someone that was like from the U.S. like working through.
Paul M.
and
Alvarez
kind of cool.
del Castillo. Michael G. Coon. Fred Kenmer. Yeah, there's a couple of white guys in here.
We need like the LJN character, Fred Fox.
Fred Fox.
Remember that from the AVGN games? He was always in like the LJN.
Fred Fox.
Troy Baker.
And there is one downside to Capcom not using like any union actors. It's losing Ruben Langdon. It's losing most of the Resident Evil cast.
Evil
I
One.
understand why they're doing it, but it still fucking sucks. Because the union, like every other union, turns into a fucking cesspool. Like there are good people trapped within the union, like Roger Craig Smith, Ruben Langdon, stuff like that. Roger Craig Smith is the voice. Ruben Langdon is the body. Ruben Langdon is also in Devil May Cry. What character does he play? Is it... It's not Nero.
Who is this?
Ruben Langdon. I think he's Virgil.
He's in. Isn't he in? Isn't he in Devil May Cry 3?
Devil May Cry. Like, if it's Virgil, it's 2, 3, technically. 4, 5. No, not 4. Not 2 either. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm remembering stuff wrong. Fake fan.
No, that's
Because Johnny Young Bosch is Nero. God. Did you know that both, like, Ruben Langdon, or maybe...
he's pretty based, isn't he? Isn't he like?
Oh, wait, Ruben Langdon is Dante. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot.
He was the motion capture. He was pretty based though, because they're I'm looking at his Wikipedia and they're shitting on him for criticizing the COVID vaccine.
Yeah,
sorry,
Ruben
assholes.
Langdon
Pretty
is
based.
Dante. Ruben Langdon's fucking amazing. I'm pretty sure, like, Ruben Langdon, the guy who plays Virgil, and Johnny Young Bosch all have their own, like, stunt, like, studios that they, do. They teach, like, stunt guys to do their stunt work. Because, like, Johnny Young Bosch is, like, a Power Ranger, and, like, Ruben Langdon and the guy who plays Virgil are fucking nutcases. But I love him so much. Because Ruben Langdon, like, he loves weird stuff, like, fucking aliens and shit. He's way into conspiracy theories. But I love, I do believe, all 3 of those guys, or maybe just 2 of them. Maybe it was the guy who played Virgil and the guy who plays Nero. I think they did, like, an action movie together. Like, they made, like, their own little cheesy action flick. But God bless these guys who want to put in, like, tons of work and also give their faces and voices over to characters.
Yeah.
I still can't remember what Virgil's voice actor's name is, because he got fucked over hard, because they basically character assassinated his character in No More Heroes 3 and fucked him over, because I don't even think he was voicing the character at the time for some... But, like, they screwed him over for some bullshit. It's really annoying. Oh, man. It actually depresses me that from now on I'm probably going to be watching, like, primarily subbed anime. Because it just turns out that most of the people I looked up to as anime voice actors are horrible people.
Yeah.
It broke my heart when Sean Schemmel and was it Chris Sabat? Chris Sabat, the guy who voices Vegeta. It broke my heart when those guys threw fucking Vic under the bus with Monoreal.
Yeah, I don't understand why they decided. I mean, I know that it's...
They wanted to get, like, one of the most prolific anime voice actors besides themselves out of the industry so they could get more roles. Because they wanted to be just 3 people who does every role for everybody. And don't let these fucking people, like, what is it, Pro ZD and fucking Young Yeah.
What a fucking...
Like, don't let these fucking people try to convince you, like, oh, only a certain race of person should be able to play a certain character. Because as soon as that started to happen, Pro ZD threw a fucking fit because he was only getting Asian roles, and it's like, you did it to yourself, motherfucker. Sleep in the bed you made.
Well, the sad thing about Pro ZD is I remember, like, watching his, like, you know, he's just this guy that, like, funny clips. Yeah, and then he became a woke cunt.
Well, it's like he got in bed with...
And then he's complains about white people, and he's married to a fucking white chick.
It's just these people have no soul, no spine, no spirit. There's nothing to them. I say that more times than I can even count. I always remember where I got that line from, too. Like, I remember watching, like, Clock Tower, and it's the line the bad guy says after chucking a guy over a balcony. He just starts shouting out, just, I have no spine, no spirit, no soul! After he, like, legit murders this guy, and it's like, if you weren't a bad guy, that would be a pretty baller line. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
That's a weird fucking game, Clock Tower 3. I love the Nitro Rad video on it. That's a man who knows how to keep his like politics separate from his video games. Like honestly, God, that man is he's a charming person. Like I don't even know what to say. He's just genuinely charming. He just talks about old bullshit games that I just happen to play. I remember playing like you remember oh, what's the fucking game FromSoft made besides Armored Core and besides Armored Core?
The ninja game?
What'd you say?
Is it the ninja game you're thinking
No,
of?
not Kenshu. Is it Hollow Knight? What?
Hollow Knight's that really good roguelike game.
No, it's some
Enchanted
Echo Knight.
Arms?
No, yeah, I think it's Echo Knight. Let me look it up. Yeah, it is. It's Echo Knight. Yeah, Echo Knight is this weird bunch of games.
Oh, that's on PlayStation.
It was on
yeah.
original PlayStation, and then they made one for PlayStation 2. Like, I want to say the first games you're going through, like, a mansion or, like, a riverboat.
Yep.
And you're just talking to ghosts and, like, trying to, like, get them to pass on to the next life. Oh, final cutscene. Nice steak.
Steak.
That's rare.
Not
Just
bad
like
for not bad for a 7th gen food model. That's actually pretty detailed for.
I just want.
There's
I
some
want to try
games that
it.
do food really
I wanna
well.
Try a steak well done with ketchup just once to see how Trump eats.
Or Razor Fist. They both.
Wait,
hey,
he
you
has
know what?
his
I
steaks
have.
well done?
Oh, dude, he's famous for that on X. Him and like this doppelganger, Six, whatever his name is, the other guy that kind of looks like Razor Fist. Yeah.
But I want a
Talking
steak
about.
that's like proper well done, not like blasted to fuck.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean, the problem is, I'm not one of these guys that like something excessively like rare or raw, but I like a nice medium. A little bit of pink, a little bit of doneness.
On the
Just
other
a nice
side, I
kind
want
of.
to try blue steak someday.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's an unless it's like a cut like Wagyu, I gotta tell you, I've had steak almost that rare, and it's not, it's worth trying, I guess, as long as you have a good cut of meat. I wouldn't count it out, but it's sort of got the opposite. Well, obviously, it's got the opposite problem that well done
Yeah.
has, where well done feels like you've cooked it to hell, but at least it's. I'd rather have a well done steak though than a blue
Yeah, that's
steak
fair.
in general, but blue steak can be good. The problem is people will get like a thick ass steak and get it blue. Like you want to get something that's relatively like a thinner cut of like a porterhouse or something. Where it's seared and it's sort of what you'd say raw in the middle, but it's not like the point where it feels like you're just fucking eating a pile of raw meat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm saying it.
Sushi's a big proponent of like raw delicacy, and everybody loves that. Well, most people love that. Some people don't like it. I understand with sushi. Because it is really hard to
That's very well prepared, though.
Yeah. How do we get?
Unless you go to gas
how do we
station.
get here from like me trying to like bullshit about Nitro Rad, talking about like Echo Knight.
The steak.
Steak. Cycle. Oh, don't tell me they took Mercenaries out. Extra content, maybe. Okay, good. Okay, they do have Mercenaries.
Are you gonna invite me then?
Yeah, unless you want to set the game up.
No, you set it up. You're the master of pup tonight, Fred.
Create game duo. Wait, actually, I'm gonna check my skills real quick, see if I can upgrade something, because we just beat a campaign. Oh, okay. So, mercenary skills are different. Okay. Alright, I'll save my points, because I'm going to use those for campaign next time. And what do you want to play? Like, just one game, 2 games?
Probably one. to give people a nice little closure to today's roadside memorial for good old Pierce.
I'm gonna read these names off to you, and you pick it based on the name. This is gonna be the map we're playing on. We got Urban Chaos, Steel Beast, Mining the Depths, Rail Yard, High Seas Fortress, The Catacombs, Requiem for War, Liquid Fire, Rooftop Mission, and Creature Workshop.
Creature Workshop.
That was an easy choice. Okay. Creating game session. Who do I want to play? There's your invite. Oh, okay. I can only pick the lead characters? I can't pick any of the ladies? Or is it because I've only played as the lead characters? No, because then Jake wouldn't be here. I want to be Sherry. I guess I'll be Leon.
I guess I'll be Chris.
That's weird. I wonder why it doesn't let me pick any of the other characters.
Maybe we have to beat the story?
Possibly?
Because I could have sworn back in the day there was more characters, right?
And then Anita
Yeah.
Sarkeesian bitched about how they were all scantily clad.
Oh, God, the fact
because
that
you
she
could
still
get,
has...
other costumes for the characters.
What a fucking cunt. I'm sorry. You know, I know it's not a correct thing to say about women, but what a fucking meandering cunt.
What level is this?
And by the way, there's men that can be cunts too, people. I'm using it in the British colloquial slang of it all.
Get over here.
What a vile human being. How about that?
A very vile human being. You're so far away from me.
Which, like, you know, people like make fun of like the angry reviewers that like would like nitpick a game, but like at least they still had fun with something. They didn't. They like
picking apart a bad game.
and there's like a self-awareness. This is like if the nostalgia critic like said everything and meant it with 100% seriousness and wanted to like change the face of the movie industry forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think the reason people keep taking themselves way too seriously is?
You know, I was listening. It's funny that you say this because I actually had a. There's people that don't like joy and humor, and I'll tell you, it's the kind of like communist virus. Lex Friedman, I guess, had this. You know who Tim Dillon is? He's like the guy that's like a comedian, friends with Rogan. Yeah. I watched the excerpt on my YouTube Shorts, and Lex Friedman and him were talking. He's like, well, the reason like these people have like this mindset that like humor is always like related to pain, which is true. Like usually humor is because of like suffering in the world to some degree, but people are making light of it. But well, no, but like, you know, like you couldn't really have comedy without a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Not to say that everything's like life or death serious, but like these people, because they have this like viewpoint that like they want utopia for this like communist society or whatever. Like they hate joy because of that. They just hate anything that they feel like goes. It's like you know what? Here's the better analogy that I just thought of. Remember Daenerys? She like her character just became so like unself-aware and like oh, if any even if someone might be good, the fact that they're against me means they're bad, even if they have like legitimate logic.
Nah, that's not a good thought.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's I don't know. I'm kind of saying it messily because I'm exhausted and kind of fucking exhausted. But like, that's what I'm trying to say is that they're
Misinformed.
they're people that they're misinformed and they're misanthropic. There's a big word. And some of them it's I think some of these people legitimately think they're doing good in the world. I think there's other people like that know that what they're doing is bad
Oh
though.
yeah, there's definitely the people who do it for like selfish reasons and because they're getting at somebody.
Like this group, the anti-natalists, the ones that say, "Oh, the world's doomed, don't have any kids." It's like, that's like such a like even if the world is fucked, like what a self-defeating like it's a self-fulfilling and self-defeating
Well, it's
prophecy
like
to have that
these
kind of.
people, like they say, like don't bring a kid into the world because the world's shit, but they never do anything to make the world better.
And once again, it's like read a history book. There's always been points in the world where the world was
Well,
shit. And guess
like the
what?
point that
Eventually,
Wally has. If you really want to cut yourself off the grid, buy a fucking chicken, raise your own farm. You don't want to do it? That's because you're fucking lazy. Like there are ways around like the fucking things people hate to deal with in daily life. Like if you really care about the stuff that's getting ruined by all these fucking politics, see if you can wiggle yourself into a position in these industries. That's what these people fucking did. They're making gangbusters.
and they were slow and methodic about it. They didn't reveal their intentions right away. They waited for the right moment to strike. So why not be as coy and deceptive as they are? You know, if they're gonna play this sick game of I don't know how you define it, but this game where they wanna control the industry. By the way, they're the ones that said, "Oh, you're you're gatekeeping," so that people were like, "Oh, we'll let you in," and then that's completely backfired, which is why like a series like Warhammer is now going through an existential crisis because the fan base and the people running franchise are completely separated, and it's like you're not going to get a bigger audience by shitting on your fans. You know, try to attract new people. It's just what the fuck.
God damn. Want to try again?
All right, yeah, let's try once
Let's go
more.
for a better score.
That was
You got nuked.
looks like the Epstein sex dungeon, by the way.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that Epstein's into this kind of shit. He probably has a Mother Queen impregnation fetish.
Well, you know, while they probably had like weird, like obviously like weird sexual abuse going on. Do you think like he had like battle royales? He'd take like midgets, like give them machetes, shit.
I don't think so, but I can't rule it out. These were some pretty sick.
But there's got to be people like Epstein adjacent that have that, like instead of like
they're probably
the
all
sexual.
in fucking Saudi Arabia and like fucking Israel and shit.
That's the one thing that could bring them together, Fred.
Raping kids.
Horrific.
Midget battle royale.
Dude, did you see that the Israelis put fucking bombs in the terrorist pagers?
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, in some ways, I'm like, oh, okay, well, the people that got it were all parts of Hezbollah. But the one issue, I'm like, hey, this is an incredibly slippery slope if like governments are able to do this. Secondly, who the fuck still uses pagers?
Yeah.
And then thirdly, it's like there's got to be like some civilian fucking casualties by people just being nearby.
Which I actually got into it with Jack earlier about this, and I'm like, I do understand his point of view, but like he believes every one of these people were like completely and totally innocent. I'm like, there's just no fucking way. That's not how it is over there.
No. The vast majority of the people that like were directly hit by the pagers were part of Hezbollah, but the problem is, like, it doesn't help their image for people that already have an issue with the Israelis that they do shit like this. But at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's entertaining to think like terrorist junk blown up, but at the same time, like, you have civilian deaths.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's the fucking like, well, who's not to say that China at the iPhone factory doesn't put shit like this in the fucking whatever new device is coming
My
out.
biggest issue with talking to Jack is like, pretty much he gets on my nerves to the point where I'm just like, just to like stick in his craw a little bit. I'm like, well then fuck them all. Like honestly, fuck them all at this point. Fuck them all. Blast the fucking desert because he is so steadfast. I love him that he's steadfast, but he's as stubborn as me sometimes, and I understand why you guys fucking hate me for it. Like,
Stubborn as you.
no, say it ain't so.
Okay, well, listen, I'm not going to comment
I'll
on what
admit,
other people...
I have a character flaw. It's pride.
Yeah,
It's very severe pride, to the point where I won't even let my folks help me, even if I'm in a jam, because I don't want them to like have any negative blowbacks from helping me out.
Well, it's better to be aware of a character flaw and to at least be introspective about it a little bit, than... But listen, I'm not. I'll take your word for it. I'm not gonna comment on what other people have to say about social, political, economic issues. But what I will say is, I think there's a lot of very intelligent people on the common sense side and I see this on X anecdotally.
Nobody
I see people that
who hasn't hurt anybody deserves to be hurt.
Well, and anecdotally, I know that, like we were saying earlier, there are people that are part of a group that basically create a negative image, and sometimes it might end up being a larger chunk than those people would be willing to admit. The problem is once you make a generalization saying, this X group, even prunes, by the way, which I have a lot of issues with the shit that goes on, especially
There's
trying
ones.
to evangelize.
You want to know what's good about them? They mind their own business and they don't make a big deal out of
exactly
everything and try to rape kids.
Yeah. So that's what, even when I'm making fun of Troons and criticizing them, it's at the end of the day I know there's people that are part of that group that aren't necessarily evil or have that intentionality. Blair White, that's someone that's a conservative and doesn't seem to want to force, even ironically, other than the manslaughter charges, Bruce Jenner / Caitlyn Jenner is I believe endorsed Trump. It has been very vocal about limiting transgenders in women's sports, which, mind you, this is someone that was an Olympic athlete and competed as a man and understands that shit.
That just kind of reminds me oh god, the episode of Family Guy where it's found out that what's his fuck the tranny, Quagmire's dad. His I want to say it's his other son, wasn't it? No, it's what's the fucking paraplegic's name?
No, Glenn Quagmire's dad turned to tranny.
Glenn Quagmire's dad is a tranny, but it was an episode about the cop paraplegic's son.
Joe,
thank you. Joe's son was a deserter, and basically Brian, the liberal mouthpiece for
Seth MacFarlane.
Basically,
it's Seth MacFarlane. That's Brian.
But basically, the liberal mouthpiece for Seth MacFarlane, talks about, well, he saw hell over there. You couldn't imagine the things he saw. So any one of us couldn't really disagree with what he did, right, Quagmire's father? You were in the military, right? You can understand what he went through. And he's for a second, I thought he was gonna do the thing where he was gonna just full on agree with him, but Quagmire's father was like, "No, it's about the man next to you, and if you abandon that man, you're worse than dirt." And then without missing a beat, Brian's like, "Well, who gives a shit about this tranny fucking faggot piece of shit?" not verbatim, but it's legit what thought processes these people have. As soon as they're
where do we get ammo, by the way?
We get it from dead bodies. You gotta pick it up off the ground. Oh. But as soon as these people have a person who should agree with them disagree with them, they turn so fucking angry. And it's yeah, of course they disagree with you, because they're not all this homogenous fucking blob who talks in the same rhetoric you douchebag.
You know what's kind of funny though? It's when people like that legitimately have like a prejudice encounter someone that like ends up helping them. It's kind of like this black girl on Twitter who was like this like her dad's tire went flat and then this like redneck guy with a Confederate shirt on ended up helping them and didn't ask for a single cent and was like really nice to them. And then she had like a coming to Jesus moment, like, oh wait, just because this guy wears a shirt that I might not personally like the the political message of, oh, he's not actually a racist and he's probably just a decent human being that helped us out.
Strokes,
It's like,
different
oh
folks.
wait,
We're
yeah,
all human.
it's like well, and it's like that's the one thing that's going on with all the things that's been positive with Trump, but the fact that he's fucking made out of adamantium is that he has pulled people together.
For this election is the guy who is literally brainwashed by the liberal masses, like brainwashed into believing everything everybody told him, like when Trump finally got shot through the fucking ear, which yes he did. It wasn't a graze, it was a bullet that went through his ear. Cartilage heals quickly because it's not real flesh. Well, it is real flesh, but it's very technical. But when this guy was like, yeah, so like I was being told all these things which I thought like weren't true in a million years, couldn't believe they could happen. And then they shot Trump. And then like I started to see all these people talking about the eponymous this group of people who you don't know who they are, but you know what they do and you know what they are trying to do. And like I heard all these messages about first they try to like discredit your character, then they try to silence you so you can't talk back, and if both of those don't work, then they try to kill you. We're finally at the point where they tried to kill Trump. I'm starting to believe there's more to this story than what I was told. And so like that was an amazing thing to hear, because it's like, yeah, of course they're not going to shoot at somebody unless A, it was a random act of violence, or B, they're trying to shut him up.
Both attempted assassins have been in Black Rock ads.
Yeah. Like,
well, the other guy was literally allegedly a CIA asset.
As soon as like I'm trying to hide the fact that like I'm not right wing by any means. Like I still want to be a fence sitter by all means. But like some of my new coworkers are so liberal. It's to the point where it's like I let it slip. Like she was talking about like the next new mass shooting, like everything. Like oh, it's got to be the guns. It's always the guns. And like without missing a beat, like I accidentally like let it slip out, and I'm like all these motherfuckers are made in a lab. You know that, right? And like immediately I was like, I shouldn't have said that. Why'd I say that? She's not gonna believe me. She's not even gonna understand what I'm saying. Because I believe everybody's lying to me.
You know what? You could just drop those little truth bombs, though, and maybe over time they'll be like, oh, wait, this guy's not fucking nuts. He's actually speaking, like, something accurate.
The problem eventually it gets to the point where I let too many slip, it could be my fucking job, which I hate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be antagonistic, but I'm sick of hearing, like, the same old lies. Like, everybody's being lied to, and some people legitimately believe it. And it's like, how can you actually believe that, like, any politician these days has your best interests at heart? We had Kamala for 4 years. We didn't have fucking Biden, that's for goddamn sure. We're not gonna make it. We were so close. We got 45 people left. I think we could do this in 19 minutes. Sorry, 19 seconds. 10 seconds.
No, but this was a hell of a run through, and we technically made it to the 2-hour mark, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Close to. But yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. No, the funny thing is, isn't it a double standard that they can make those very like leftist talking points, but if you say something remotely like centrist or conservative, it's like, oh geez.
Oh geez, this guy's a crazy person. He's a fucking quack. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
I just don't believe what I see on the news.
Uh,
I don't believe
yeah.
any news I get shown. I legit like as soon as that like Haitian shit was coming out, I looked for the court records. I found a few.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, and not only that, then footage did come out of like people taking like geese and ducks. So like they like okay, you could say maybe Trump didn't may have misidentified the types of animals, but at the end of the day,
Trump
these are
probably
people.
watches like YouTube like the rest of us. Honestly, like I'm not saying that to be like he's just like one of us. No, I'm saying that because like he is sick of seeing the meat.
The greater point was true though that he was
Well, it's
making.
like, he's sick of seeing like all these people talk shit about him. So where is he gonna get his information? From YouTube, like logical people. Because you got left, right, and center all over the place on YouTube. They try to quiet down the righties, but you still get some centrists. But it's like
Netflix is doing something with Cyberpunk. I heard that that Edge
Yeah.
Runner goes pretty good.
Oh, Edge Runners is amazing.
Yeah,
I
they-
haven't finished the final few episodes, but Edge Runners is legit
Yeah.
really, really fucking good. That's what got me to buy fucking Cyberpunk.
But what were you were saying something about Trump and how YouTube?
But,
yeah,
like Trump
there's-
probably got like the Tim Pool talking point where like Haitians were like just eating people's cats and dogs willy nilly. Didn't really look up much research about it like you or I, and said it like brass tacks. But the one thing I can say for sure, Trump has a lot more receipts about the stuff he talks about than fucking Kamala does. Like legit, like it actually pissed me off. I still got to finish that stream with Razor Fist though, but it actually like legit pissed me off
Good
when
one.
she was going into that diatribe about like there could be a pregnant woman miscarrying, bleeding out in the parking lot, and it's like, if you know anything of how hospitals work, if you're a severe enough patient, you get a fucking bed immediately.
Yeah, even if you don't have the money or insurance.
Yeah.
Now you may get billed. See, this is the
Ludicrous
thing about
amounts.
our
You're gonna get
healthcare
billed
system.
ludicrous amounts.
America healthcare, we will save your life. You may end up having a heart attack when you see your bill. Unlike Canada, where you don't have to pay much, but then you die waiting to go to
waiting
the
for
hospital.
a spare kidney for a completely preventable disease. Because
I'd rather have our healthcare than
So
theirs.
they got plenty of fucking spare organs.
Yeah, like, oh, you've broke your leg. You're feeling sick. You
Have
broke
you-
your leg. Have you considered
Oh, you have
dying?
the common cold. Have you ever considered killing yourself?
Uh,
Like I said, like pretty much like Kamala Harris went into this whole diatribe about somebody bleeding out in the parking lot. And it's like no doctor on earth, after they've taken the Hippocratic oath, would let somebody die due to a miscarriage. The baby's already fucking dead at that point.
yeah.
Like if there was
I
any
mean, the one
complications,
thing-
they will do their damnedest to put you in a bed, get you healthy, keep you in that bed, and charge you until you're dead.
Well, I know abortion's a touchy subject for people. You know, my personal prerogative is similar to there should be exceptions and maybe some like leeway
There
in the
should
first
always
2
be
weeks.
exceptions to
But-
the rule.
Yeah, but the problem is obviously there's states that have these. It's
But
sort of like
the
it's sort of like
callous
people.
treatment of it, like it's just something to do. It's like getting your hair
Cl-
cut.
yeah,
That is where I have a problem with it.
it's a heavy decision, and you are terminating a life. That's my problem
Yeah.
too. And that, by the way, that Democrats used to have that position in the '90s under Clinton. It was like this should be something that's rare, and obviously something that's not
Well,
a light decision.
I actually watch a channel called Zeducation on occasion. He's a bit more right of center, if you could consider him. He's a little more conservative.
Well, everybody is nowadays,
much at
considering
this
how they fucking yeah.
But long story boring. He actually was because one of his big gimmicks is he basically just reacts to funny memes and shit. And somebody sent him an old campaign ad for Joe Biden. And it was all about lowering taxes, decreasing inflation, stopping illegal
Yep.
immigration. And it's like this guy from back when he was probably in his 30s or 40s was basically Republican. He just ran as a Democrat, and it's like people look at these campaign ads and it's like, yeah, this is why I don't fucking believe. Well, not people, but I look at these campaign ads and it's like, this is why I don't believe a fucking like career politician worth his life. I don't fucking trust them as long as they breathe, because they'll just lie to you to basically get power and like make the world a better place for them and a worse place for everybody else.
Yeah, it's that old adage that, you know, there is a cyclical nature to history,
Yeah.
and you know, what is that? It's kind of corny, but it's you know, strong men will build good times will build weak men will create you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whatever. I'm butchering it like it's Joe
No, you
Biden,
got
but
it pretty good.
there's that kind of, yeah. The point is, you know, these people, like with the video game industry, we're seeing kind of cracks in in this, like, you know, we had this beautiful, like, imagine we had this beautiful like classic car, and it just got into the wrong hands, and it's been like so like fucked up that it doesn't seem like it could ever be restored. But he finally, oh, look at, here's somebody that actually cares about vehicles, and they're putting some oil in there, and slowly but surely the weeds will get weeded out. And it's sort of, you know, even like the film industry has ups and downs. Like they've been in a pretty bad down for a while, but at some point, you know, even if it's not Hollywood, there will be somebody that steps in and fills
Yeah.
that niche,
And even
and it
even
will
within
all,
all that bad, there's been sparks of greatness.
well, like even like we were talking about, like how like Marvel actually put out a competent like movie this year, which was like the one that they probably were, you know, the upper echelons, the Kathleen Kennedys. But do you know who Uwe Boll was? That fucking nutty German
Oh
director.
fuck, he's been in a lot of hot water lately. Have you heard what he's been doing?
Oh, what has he been doing
Oh,
now?
that fucking scum fuck. Oh man, he's basically been going on Patreon and trying to raise money for a second Postal movie without
Oh my
the
God.
blessing of Running with Scissors. And like they
Oh, that's not good.
literally had to go to people and be like, do not pay money to this man. We did not give him the rights. We haven't even talked to him. We're not making a second Postal movie. Don't let this man take your money.
Well, listen, fuck him. But at the same
He's
time,
like the DSP
I remember
of
seeing him.
filmmakers.
Yeah, no, he was on a podcast with Razorfist recently, which is a
Really?
weird thing to say, you know. Yeah, on
Send
Side
me that.
Scrollers, and yeah. Um, oh, I'll put it on.
Oh,
We have the Discord. I'll throw it. Look
Everybody,
at that. We're almost at the 2 hour mark, by the
there's
way.
only one viewer. Hey, you, one viewer, which is probably myself or one of our friends. Go watch Almighty Wally. He's probably streaming Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, 14 tonight.
14. Yeah, you need to jump back into that.
We should
Mutual
just-
friend
we should
Austin
stream
and I.
that sometime.
We're almost at level 50.
Holy
So
shit, I'm so far behind you guys. I think I'm like 20s.
yeah, well, I'm over 100 hours in, but hey, I honestly wouldn't mind going through some of the quests again. Let me send you that thing though. Let me just say this: he actually had a pretty, like, for a guy that's kind of a nutcase. He is,
Oh,
you
he's
know,
fucking
he's
bonkers. I'd love to fight that man and be
But-
like, hey Uwe, if you ever somehow see this fucking thing, let's box, motherfucker.
Fuck you.
I'll knock
We'll
you
be like-
out, bitch. And then we'll have coffee or something. After you knock my fucking block off.
So I sent it to the our Chud Wars Discord.
Nice.
I'll tell you though, he asked about how he would fix Star Wars, and it was actually what I would have said: fire Kathleen Kennedy and basically invalidate the sequel trilogy. Even he gets it. This mad man. And I'll say one thing about him. I know that the his movies are not cinematic gold. But I honestly, I don't know if you've ever seen the Far Cry movie that he did.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good, but I don't know if there's just something about it. There's something still fun about how terrible his movies are. It's like he's a modern day Ed Wood, if that makes any sense. He's like Ed Wood on ketamine. Oh God, what a shit bag. Yes, you know that postal movie that everybody hated. Well, I'm gonna. So yeah, I think he actually said that in the thing, but he made it sound like he got permission to do it. That is what
Yeah, it's
what
real
a.
scummy. I actually was really disappointed when I heard that.
It's scummy, but at the same time, what a
Well,
non-surprise.
it's
Oh,
like
Alone in the Dark. That's right. He did Alone in the Dark too.
oh God,
Woo.
Christian Slater and what? Who's that lady who was in Van Wilder and a bunch of other movies who didn't really get a lot of work after that? Tara Reid?
Was she in there? Yeah, Tara Reid. Yep.
I'm pretty sure she
She's
was.
in Big
Was
Lebowski.
she in Sharknado too, or is that somebody else?
They put a lot of those like list stars in
Sharknado was a fun
Sharknado.
group of movies. I like Sharknado more than I like
She was in Sharknado.
fucking what was the bird one?
Birdemic.
Bird. Are you sure? It has to be Birdemic. It's the really bad one.
Yeah.
Those movies, like that movie was legit, like a guy trying to make a horror slash environmentalist like flick, but didn't have any budget and just knew a bunch of guys who wanted to be on camera. It's like
Yeah.
the first one's charming, the second one obviously was a cash grab because he got so much money for his good bad movie. But like honestly, the Sharknado movies knew what they were. They weren't trying to be anything better. They were literally sci-fi originals. And like there's just something fun about having somebody like just take a concept and it's like, well, it's not gonna get anything more than a DVD and maybe a TV spot. Let's do something fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's like the scary movie series.
Yeah.
Like, you go in there, you take it as a fun fucking time.
Or like what? Oh God, was it Anaconda? Like it had fucking Ice Cube in it. As one of the guys.
Well, even Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane is
had
a
that,
fucking it is an underappreciated gem. That movie. I remember watching that movie so many times as a kid and just laughing and laughing. Like, cause like
I bet my audio
like it's one of those movies where it's like it's like the original like
Is my audio louder now?
a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, they put my gain down all the way, the stupid bastards.
But it's like the original Day of the Dead, I think, is the movie I'm thinking of. That's
Yeah.
The one with, that's the first one with Maul, right?
Day of the Dead?
Because Night of the Living Dead is when they're all trapped in the house. Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yeah.
Sorry. Oh my God. But it's like one of those movies. You know who's the bad guy? You know who the good guys are. The bad guys always get a comeuppance. And it's like you literally see this asshole who feeds a dog like to a snake to get out alive, and then you see this giant black mamba fucking python eat his head, and it's like, yes, all is right in the world. There is balance now. Then you have that like Mexican lady sucking the venom out of the kid's arm. Oh God. Oh yeah, one of the flight attendant guys like catches one of the snakes and puts it in a microwave and is like, "Yeah, fucker, fuck you," and blows up. That's such a good movie. I hate people who fucking hate that movie.
You know what was a good? You know what else was a fun kind of comedic romp was the Kick-Ass film.
Yeah, I even didn't really mind the second one.
Yeah, it was not as sequel was not as good, but
everybody I talk to loves Mother Russian.
Oh yeah,
the giant fucking jacked out like Russian lady.
wasn't Jim Carrey in the second one?
Yeah, but then he kind of like Jim
Got bitchy. He ruined it.
Jim Carrey is a weird one. He always like has ebbs and flows, but he always lands in the same spot where he begins for me. Where he begins. But like I
Where he begins.
well, it's like after somebody like shot a place up, like I think it was like a theater showing like Kick-Ass 2. Like he fucking bitched and moaned about violent video games, and then like recently, like in the past couple of years, he came out and he's like, yeah, Hollywood is not where all the cool kids are anymore. In fact, we're all kind of fucking lame, and it's kind of sad. Yeah, everybody's in their own little bubble and they want to lash out at people.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I like him, but he has done some
Yeah,
like he's
he's
done
done some shitty shit, but he's done some really
he
cool
he
shit.
he's
I
I
even
think he
like him.
is
Have you ever seen
a
the
net
Yeah,
positive.
have you ever seen the number 23? That's
Yes.
a decent movie. He's
Yeah,
confusing,
you know, and I
convoluted, but like
have you ever seen Man on the Moon?
no.
That's where he plays Andy Kaufman, which is like, what a fucking god! You gotta watch because Andy Kaufman, what a fucking weird guy. He's basically like if Chris Chan was like slightly less
Yeah.
crazy, and like it was able to achieve fame. Let me put it that way. But he like what a he got like I think that movie might have left the last in fact. But I love Bruce Almighty. Like, and I know people
Truman
think of like his
Show,
comedies from the
always a
'90s.
classic.
Truman Show, yeah. Which you know, it's funny. People were like jerking off to that Barbie movie. I said this to somebody the other day. I said the Barbie movie is just a kind of social political like poor man's Truman Show.
Honestly, yeah. Like, because you basically got both halves, like, split into Barbie and Ken. Ken learns how the real world works and how amazing it is. Barbie sees, like, the destructive nature and everything and wants to kind of limit that. But if anything, like, it just ends up back where it started, though. It's actually kind of depressing. It's not like the Truman Show. Truman Show has a definitive ending because at least Truman got the fuck out. He got to live his life the way he wanted. Everybody in the Barbie universe, they don't really get to live the way they wanted.
You know who's got a little role in that movie, but is a great actor is Paul Giamatti. What a great actor and everything
Paul
he's.
Giamatti is in. Is he in? Are you talking Truman Show or are you talking Barbie?
No, he's in Truman Show. He's in like he's the one like radio
Oh
operator.
yeah.
And,
Oh, who was the weirdo director?
Ed Harris.
Yeah, that man. Like when I first saw the Truman Show, which
The
was
Rock.
The Rock. Oh yeah.
Wasn't he in? Yeah.
The Rock, the movie, not Dwayne Johnson. Anybody watching this back?
No,
But,
the better Rock.
Ed Harris is a weird one because like he'll do some avant-garde stuff that kind of like shocks me to my core as like how like subtle his performance can be, like as that fucking weirdo in Truman Show where he's like, I'm going to get the first on-screen conception. It's like, even in your time, buddy, that wouldn't air on TV. You'd have to get that for pay-per-view. But like, and then Ed Harris will like be in like oh god, what's that movie? The Longest Night? No. Liam Neeson was in it. The guy who played Flag in Suicide Squad was in it as Liam Neeson's son, and Ed Harris was the bad guy. Liam Neeson accidentally kills Ed Harris's kid, who honestly, it's kind of like the plot to Max Payne 3 when Max was leaving New York, because Max kills the mob boss's son, and the mob boss puts a fucking hit on him. Same thing in that movie. It's a really decent action flick around the time where I call the
Run All Night.
It's around the time where it was like I basically dubbed it the Liam Neeson is a action hero phase of his career because he was in all the Taken movies.
Yeah.
He was in that one movie where he was on the train. He was in that one movie where he was on a plane trying to stop a terrorist. And he was in Run
The
All
Commuter.
Night, which is a really decent movie because I actually really enjoyed that movie. But it's like Ed Harris played this like fucking mob boss gangster bad guy, and it's like he's going up against like honestly kind of a sillier take on Liam Neeson trying to be a badass, which is he's this drunk old Irish mobster. Like who tries to like be like. The beginning of the movie is Liam Neeson is Santa Claus at this kid's birthday party and it burns himself on the fireplace and starts fucking cussing at the top of his lungs at this little girl's like Christmas/birthday party. And, like, it's like usually he's like this like quiet like sort of like well-to-do guy who just happens to be this like really amazing fucking like crime fighter. Instead, in this movie, he's a drunk asshole who doesn't want his son to die because of a mistake. And he's just basically like throughout the movie, it's like I said, it's almost like Max Payne 3. Like he's trying to get his son out of this shitty situation after like a fuck up, and like at the end of the movie, obviously Liam Neeson had to die. It's very sad, but it's a very nice kind of like succinct like action flick. Oh, that actually reminds me. Another movie that the actor, I always forget this guy's name, but the actor that played Flag in Suicide Squad, I told you about Silent Night, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched that movie?
Is that the one with Is that the one where Liam Neeson is like the holiday film?
No. Silent Night is a film all its own. Run All Night is where Liam Neeson is Santa Claus. Silent Night is all about the guy who played Flag, and it's a very interesting action movie. I try not to spoil it for people because it's a very interesting premise, because he gets shot in the throat and he's mute for the whole movie, and his son gets.
Is it good?
It's a really good movie. It's a really good movie.
Well, that is my list.
Silent.
I was one of my favorite Liam Neeson movies. Do you ever see Walk Among the Tombstones?
I have not, but I
It's like a neo noir.
Oh.
I have it on Blu-ray.
Oh God. Cold Pursuit.
That's a good one
That's a really
too.
good one with Liam Neeson. See,
That's a fun
there's
one.
A lot
That's
of
a
good
fun
Liam
one.
Neeson movies from the Liam Neeson is a badass period of movies. Because Liam Neeson knows how to play a really good character. You just got to give him something to work with.
Target's got it for $12. I'm gonna add it to my Amazon though, because usually, like on Black Friday, Silent Night.
If you ever get the chance, I want to sit down and watch that with you.
Sure.
It's a really good movie.
Hey, we hit the 2-hour mark quite a while ago.
2 hours 15 minutes actually, almost.
I'll probably, when I listen to I actually listen to like podcasts and audiobooks right before I go to sleep. But now that Almighty Lolly's on, I might put that fucker on before I sleep, because then I wake up in the middle of the night and it's like, oh, that guy's still on. He was on for 8 hours last night with Dead Rising.
Dead Rising like through it. It's like he was actually talking like how I hoped he would, because he is such a big fan of Dead Rising. He has a really good video on the first Dead Rising. I can't wait until he talks about 2. I cannot wait, because I am the biggest Chuck stan in the world. He is my favorite Dead Rising character, and it's just who actually, I gotta ask you, who's your favorite Dead Rising character? Ray?
Yeah, hold on. I got a fucking phone call.
Oh fuck!
You want to wrap up the stream, and I'll hit.
Alright,
yeah.
we can wrap it up here. I kind of want to pick your brains about Dead Rising, but yeah, it looks like you're busy.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Let me listen. Thank you guys for watching. Let me get back to my phone. I'm sorry. Listen, save that for next time. All right.
All right, I'll save it on if I remember. But hey, it was fun tonight. I didn't think we would beat it nearly as quick as we did. I didn't think that last chapter would be so short. But yeah, that was a blast. I can't wait to start Jake's campaign next time. Let's pick a day.
Within the next couple weeks. Within the next week or so.
Let's try to aim for, if not this weekend, next weekend. How about that?
Okay. All right. Godspeed.
Okay. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Love you guys. I drank half this fucking wine bottle. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Everybody have a good night.
All right. Yep. Have a good
Thanks
one.
for joining us. Peace out. What a fucking night. What a great night. I love this guy. Love everybody I met. Life's too short to hang on to grudges. Everybody you meet is a special person. Unless they do something real shitty to you, don't abandon them. All these people are decent. Don't let go. That was sappy. Man. Well, without further ado, I digress. You guys have a great afternoon, night, morning, whenever you're watching, whenever you find this. All 13 of you on my YouTube channel, all 1 or 2 of you on my Twitch channel. I know I might not be the most, I don't know, most anything. Most politically correct, most funny, most down to earth, most off the wall. No, I'm not really much of anything, but I like to put my hat here in the ring, and I like to have people possibly hear it, see it. Understand that the hat is to be put on and taken off at your leisure. Don't use my words as gospel. Use your own thought process to form your own. Any book, any story, any voice, any silence is all up to you to dictate, to interpret, to listen to at your leisure, and to take away what you think is correct from that. Disbelieve or believe everything. But always make your own decisions. Because you're a person, and you're unique. That was really fucking sappy. Have a good night, folks. Really. Have an awesome night.